Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be using Cursor with Claude 3.7 to fix a failing test of mine. So you can enable YOLO mode by coming here into the settings in Cursor and just checking enable YOLO mode. And what is YOLO mode? Well, basically it's going to allow the agent to just run any tools or commands via the terminal. This is pretty cool because it can basically fix a test and then run the test to see if it actually worked. And then if it failed, then it's going to look into the code a bit more and then try and fix it even further. And it's going to enter into this loop until it actually gets the test working, assuming it can. Maybe it'll get stuck and it won't be able to. But yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be using YOLO mode to basically do just that. Gonna give it a test that's failing and ask it to go fix it. And then we'll see that it's going to run the test. Well, first of all, it's going to figure out how to run the test and then run the test, assess the result, and then try to make further fixes to get the test working. All right, so let's dive into it. Okay, so here we have our test that's failing. So I'm going to copy this. So yeah, just copying all of the exception and the failing test. Now I'll bring it over into Cursor over here, and I'm going to have it fix it. So I'm going to give it the actual failing test and the exception, and from that it's going to be able to figure out which test class. So you can see it's starting. So I'll help you fix this failing test. Let's first look at the failing test. So it found the test class, and now it's searching the code base, I guess, to find probably the implementation. And yeah, found the class. So off it goes now, trying to apply a fix. Looks like it already came up with a fix for the failing test. Okay, so here we can see now it's figuring out how to run the actual test, and it struggles a bit to actually do that. It seems to be trying different commands. Can't quite figure it out at first, but then yeah, it manages to do that. And now it's looking at the results, you can see, and it's still seeing the same error. So kind of realizes that the fix it made didn't fix it. So it's looking, I guess, at the test again to understand, yeah, why it's failing further. And now it's going back to the service and trying to figure out another way to make this work. So yeah, seems like kind of has another idea. And again, struggling to run the tests. This is sped up, by the way, just, yeah, because it was actually quite slow. So yeah, it has another fix. And now it's going to run the test again. Okay, generating. Yeah, you can see that. These are going quite quick. That's the thing. Actually, when I filmed this, I just let it run and then walked away and then came back and looked at the results. So it seems like, yeah, it picked up another test that was failing. And we'll see in a moment after this that, yeah, there is other tests that are failing now. Okay. All right. And now the test passed. So that's really good. So that means that the fix it applied actually worked. You can see here, yeah, that it says it identified the issue. So all is well. So yeah, we'll just accept all the changes now. And now we'll go back and run all our tests to see if it's actually working. And I can see here that, yeah, there is a test now that's failing, another one. So it caused some type of regression. I guess the fix it made broke another test. So I'm just going to go look at the reason why. Actually, it broke another one as well. So I guess that makes sense because I only asked it to fix one test, so it wasn't looking at the other test to see if it caused any issues. But I'm going to tell that to Cursor now that, yeah, now other tests are failing. So it's probably going to go and start running commands to run the other tests. And yeah, again, speeding this up. This took longer, but you can see it's, again, trying to figure out how to run the test. Seems to, yeah, struggle with that. And this time I didn't even tell it what tests were failing, besides that the tests were failing in this test class. So still struggling. Okay, so yeah, I managed to run that one test. Guess I can't figure out how to run all the tests in the class, so it's just doing individual tests. And it came up with a fix already. And now it's running that test again to see, and now it's passing and saying, so that's good. Great, now let's check again if the original, and yeah. So it worked. Run the test again. And yeah, looks like it's all passing. So everything is passing. So it was able to get everything working. That was agent mode with Cursor. So pretty impressive that it's able to just actually run the test, assess the results to see if the fix it made worked. And then if it didn't, it's going to continue trying to fix it. So really seeing like an evolution here, because yeah, my old flow would be, I would be using Copilot, ask it to look if it can fix the test. Then I would make some change, right, in my code. But I would have to copy that code over manually to the file, then run the test. The test failed, then I would have to go back in Copilot and give it the error, why it failed. Then it would continue, right? So it was tedious, and honestly, it really didn't work well. I usually would have to still go debug the code. But yeah, with it being able to run the test, it's really a game changer because now it's operating really like a programmer, right? Like we go make a fix, and then we go run our tests to see if they're passing. If they're not, okay, then we have to understand why, right? Or if we make a fix and then it causes a regression in another test, then we have to figure out, okay, what happened there? Is the test bad? Or did we just actually cause a regression with this other fix? So this is kind of how programmers work. That's why we write tests, right? To validate that our fix worked and that our fix didn't break anything else. Just the fact that AI can run tests, assess those results, and then enter this loop of trying to fix and make those tests run, it's really a paradigm shift. And yeah, it's crazy because I really didn't even look at the fix. I was not even paying attention to really what it was doing. And this is why they call it vibe coding, right? Like you're just letting the agent be in charge, taking whatever comes your way and just accepting them. So yeah, I don't feel too great about this because obviously seeing where it can really cut down on the need for development. Because honestly, probably we would have came to the same conclusion, like in terms of the fix that it produced, it would have just taken me a lot longer. All in all, this I think took 10 or 20 minutes. I like walked away at a few points and just had my screen recording just to record the actual process of it. I had to come back at one point to resume because Claude will limit how many times it's going to call the API. This is just to prevent it from entering into some crazy loop where it can't solve the problem. So it just will get stuck, but they prevent that by putting some limit. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was insightful, showing like an actual real use case of using Claude and Cursor to fix unit tests and showing new capabilities.